Hi, it's Justin Paperny with Federal Prison Advice. I'll jump right into something I'm very proud of that we have added to the Federal Prison Advice website, the membership program that will be coming live next month. So in addition to the courses and lesson plans on every aspect of the system, there'll be additional membership, additional benefits for members that include the strategic plans, at least 2 private coaching calls for each member. People have told me I'm insane, including some calls because of the time commitment. But again, I created a program that would have impacted me when I was in such trouble prior to my surrender to Taft Federal Prison Camp. We'll be adding how-to videos. I'll be covering stuff I can never put on YouTube that relates to life in prison, restitution, many other areas. The weekly office hours are essential to get your questions answered. And of course, while you're away, your family's questions answered throughout the journey. And as you get closer to home, we have a private page, of course. And I want to focus for the next few minutes on this resource that we have added to this site. And this resource is a sentencing tool that can reveal the best day to surrender to prison to get up to 6 days off of your term. There's no magic. We're not doing anything crazy. But in reality, the day that you surrender and the way the BOP computes your release date based on the month and all that good stuff could impact how many days in prison you actually serve. So let's go through this exercise together. We're going to go to Sentencing Tool. And this will be, this access will be for those who choose to just purchase the sentencing tool on its own, but it will also be part of the larger Blueprint training program, part of that program as well. So in addition to telling you the best day to surrender, it also gives you capacity and likelihood that you're going to get the prison of your choosing. So enough talk. Okay, let's go through a real example. We're going to click the 24th of March, that's today. Let's just pick an exact number. Let's just say you got sentenced to 11 months. Let's do my zip code here in Los Angeles. And defendant was released. And let's just say you spent 1 day in custody. Essentially, that was the day that you were arraigned. You get credit for that day. So let's see what the data, 1 day in custody. Let's analyze what that looks like. So here we go. So based on that data, right off the bat, it's going to tell you the population and capacity for prisons in my area. So we look at the second one, Taft Camp, my home. It's 87 miles from my zip code. The current population is 499, capacity 560. So if you were to recommend that prison, there's a pretty good chance you're going to get it. Compare that with Lompoc, for example, 466 population, capacity of 503. It's unlikely. A lot of lawyers, many with whom I work in Los Angeles, tend to recommend Lompoc. It's just an older, more popular prison for many reasons, but I can tell you every day of the week, Taft is a better prison. So you'd want to recommend it and ask for it, and if you get it on the record, it's likely that you might get it. Now, as we transition into best days to surrender, you'll see, depending on the date that you go in, your days of confinement will vary. So if you go in on Wednesday, April 1st, you're going to serve a total of 331 days. Look, you go in April 7th, it's 332. You go in April 3rd, it's going to be 333. So depending on the date that you actually surrender will impact how many days you serve on the inside. Now, I know some of you might be listening to this and thinking, I'm going away for 2, 3, or 4 years. Does it really matter if I serve 6 fewer days in prison? Look, it might not be the game changer of the century, but 6 fewer days in prison is 6 fewer days you're standing for count. And at 6 days, you're closer to home. So it doesn't remove or totally get you out of prison, but if you can pick the best date to go in and serve a few less days and try to get the prison of your choosing based on the data, then I think that's part of preparing. What's the downside? If I had this tool before my surrender to prison, I'd have done it. I went in on the 28th, which is the worst date of the month for many reasons. And, well, I'll get into that on a different day. So for now, I'm very proud to continue to talk about some of the benefits of the Federal Prison Advice Program. It's coming live next week, which will include this federal prison sentencing tool that you might want to consider as you assess what prison you'll go to, or would you like to go to, and the date of your surrender and what the best date should be. Any questions, please call 818-424-2220 or reach out to jp@federalprisonadvice.com. Thank you for your time. I'll be back with more videos soon. Goodbye.